Hello everyone, myself Mrs. Ashwini Kadbhane, and I am going to teach you the SYBSc Medical Microbiology and Immunology topic of semester number 1. The chapter name is Immunology. We are going to learn this in your SYBSc semester 1 syllabus. So here we are going to start. So in our previous lecture, we have seen that what is immunology. We have learned about the immunology, how immune system works. We have seen the history of immunology, how immunology was introduced to us, and who were the scientists who played a major role in the immunology. In the previous lecture, we have also seen what is pathogen, which can cause your disease or due to which your immune system can be collapsed. So these things we have already learned. Now we are going to see several more things about the immunology. So today we are going to see about the immunity. What is immunity? Next we are going to see about the history, the short term history of immunology. We are going to see the components which are present in the immune system. We are going to see about the types of immune system which are present in our body. What are their types? What are the stages present in the immune system? We are going to see all this in the upcoming slides. So, introduction to immunity. So, what is immunity and what are its types? These are the learning objectives which we are going to see. There is the specific and non-specific types of immune system. Now, what is specific and what is non-specific? Specific means particular to a particular disease or a particular antigen, and non-specific means it is not specific but there is some immune response against a foreign material which has entered in your body. This we are going to learn in the upcoming slides. Okay. Now we are going to see about the organs which are involved in the immune system. Before this, we have already seen the history. Now the Jenner scientist, he was the first scientist to give the evidence about the active immunization, that is the vaccines which nowadays people take. And the Louis Pasteur, who introduced the vaccination term in detail. And after that in 90s, we have seen about the phagocytosis and the other mechanisms which are present in the immune system. So what is immune system? So any defense of the body, whenever a pathogen enters in your body, there is some particular defense mechanism naturally present in your body. And that defense mechanism, when it works, so it is the immune power of your body. So why the body defense and for whom the body defense? The body is defense against a particular diseases which a pathogen can cause. A pathogen can cause the infectious disease due to which you may be sick or the body may be infected. The body defense can be for the malfunctioning cells or the abnormal cells, example is cancer. And the body can have a defense mechanism for the foreign cells or the particles. Now the term that is the basic immunity. It depends on the ability of the immune system to distinguish between the self and non-self components of the body. Now what is self and what is non-self? Self components means the components which is present inside the body itself, and non-self means which is foreign to the body. Self component, that is known component to the body, and the body doesn't have any mechanism or any defense against that. When a non-self molecule is entered in the body or any foreign molecule is entered in the body recognizes the non-self component and the activation, that is the immune system, it is going to work. Self molecule, they are already present in the body, and non-self, they are the foreign materials which entered in the body which may cause you a disease. Now the one term we are going to say about the autoimmunity. Now autoimmunity, it is the immune power or the immune response of a body against the self components. Sometimes body can't recognize the self component and the body responds against the self component and can cause you some autoimmune types of diseases which can be also dangerous for the body. Non-self molecule, we have already seen that they are the foreign materials which may enter and cause you the diseases. Now define immunity. So what is immunity? It is the ability or the power of the organisms to fight against a pathogen. It is not like this that the immune power would be same in all the humans. It may be vary. Now due to the pandemic of coronavirus, we have already seen that many people know about the immunity. Those people, those who doesn't have any biological background, they also know about the immunity and how to provoke the immunity. We have, due to the pandemic, we have learned all this. Our immune power, how to boost our immunity by increasing the exercise, by maintaining a good or healthy diet or having a good standard of living can increase or can have a good immune power in us. Immune power, it is the defense mechanism by the body to fight against a pathogen, and every human have the different immune power. It depends on its daily and healthy diet. A large number of microorganisms, they are present in the environment and they continuously interact with our body. When there is a continuous interaction of the microorganisms, that depends on our body, that how fast we get infected by those types of pathogenic organisms. Now we have seen about pathogens. There are some good microorganisms and some bad microorganisms. Good microorganisms, they can help in your digestion and other activities from in your body, but the pathogens or the bad organisms, they can cause you a disease which may be severe or mild. They can cause you a severe or a mild type of disease. Now we are going to see the organs involved in the immune system. As we know that our body have different types of organ. For your digestion, there is intestine. For respiration, there are lungs present. For your excretion, the kidney is doing work for the body. In same, for your immune system, there are different organs involved for the immune system. And what are the organs? We are going to see that. So, as shown in the image, you can see the different types of organ present. That is the thymus, spleen, lymph node, bone marrow. These are the various organs which are present in your body and which work for the immune system. That is the lymphatic tissue which is present in the gut, lymphatic tissue which is present in the gut, the thymus which is present near the throat. So these are all the organs of the immune system which works for the various types of defense mechanism. Your thymus, the T cells, they are produced. In your bone marrow, the B cells are produced. In your lymph node, these are the various organs which have the involvement in the immune system. So here in the figure, you can see the antibodies, the macrophages, the B cells and the T cells. Now the B cells and T cells, they are the second line of defense mechanism. The macrophages, they work for the phagocytosis. We are going to see what is phagocytosis. The antibody, it is the third line of defense mechanism, which is the last stage of your body, which is the last stage of the body. When the two lines, that is the first line and second line collapse, the third line of defense mechanism, that is the production of antibodies, it is done. And so these all are the various organs which have the involvement in the immune system. Now we are going to see the overview of immune system. So here I have given you a chart. In that chart you can see the immune system, it is classified under two categories. One, it is the innate immunity, and second one, it is the adaptive immunity. Now these two types of immune system, in this we can see that innate immunity, it is present by birth. The innate immunity, it is present by birth, and the adaptive immunity, it is a delayed type of response. The innate immunity, it is the immediate response to a wide substances. That is any substance, that is non-specific type of immunity. The adaptive immunity, it is a specific type of immunity. Specific means a target-oriented type of immunity. Here a target is decided, that is the antigen. The body recognizes the antigen, and to a particular antigen or to a particular target, a specific type of defense mechanism it is going to play. So that type of immunity it is called as the adaptive immunity. Innate immunity, it is the non-specific type of immunity which will be response immediately to a wide substances. Now here again the innate immunity, it is distinguished into two types. One, it is the physio or the structural barriers, and second one it is the non-specific internal defenses. The structural barriers, that it is the external type of defense, and other one it is the internal type of defense. The external type of defense, it includes the skin, mucous membrane and other things. That is the skin which is present on your body. That is the upper layer and the inner layer. They act as a barrier for the foreign materials. It is a barrier for the foreign materials. The mucosa, saliva or the mucosa present in your mouth, or the pH which is present in your stomach, that all it is the barrier for the foreign materials which can cause you a disease. Other type, it is the non-specific internal defense, which include the cells, chemicals and the physiological responses. Now which cells are involved in the non-specific type of defense mechanism? The non-specific type of defense mechanism includes the phagocytosis. The phagocytosis, that is the engulfment of the foreign material, which includes the various cells. Which are those cells? So they are the macrophages, NK cells, that is the natural killer cells, and the other white cells, white blood cells. The chemicals which are involved in the non-specific internal defenses, they are the interferons and the complement system and the interferons, which can cause the cells to suicide. They are the chemicals present for the internal defenses in the non-specific type of immune response. And some physiologic responses, they are the inflammation, fever, which a body do when any of the foreign material enter in your body. When a foreign material enter in your body, you can see there is a fever or the body temperature increases. So it is a type of response given by the body for a foreign material or for a non-self material which is entered in your body. The next part, it is the adaptive immunity, which is a delayed type of immunity, but it is a specific immunity. So for that, the T lymphocytes and the B lymphocytes, they work together. From the lymph node, the T cells and the B cells, they are produced for particular defense of a specific antigen. The T lymphocytes, it goes for the cell mediated immunity, and the B lymphocytes, it does the humoral type of immunity. In B lymphocytes, the plasma cells they are produced, and they releases the antibodies which fight against a particular antigen. The antibodies, they are proteinic in nature and they can fight against a particular antigen. So this is the overview for your immune system, which we are going to learn in our next slide. So here we can see when a host enter in our body, how the body defend for it. So the body can defend in two types. One, it is innate and one it is acquired. We have seen that innate, it is a non-specific type of immunity, and acquired, it is a specific type of immunity. Innate immunity, there are stages of immunity, that is the first line, second line and the third line. The first line of defense mechanism and second line of defense mechanism, they are under a innate immunity, which are by birth. And the acquired immunity, it comes under the third line of defense mechanism, because it is a targets oriented immunity. In your first line of defense mechanism, there are some structural barriers present, which includes the skin, which includes the mucosa, which includes the hair which are present in the nostrils. These are some external types of defense mechanism. And in your second line, there are the internal type of defense mechanism. First line, it includes the physical barriers, the chemical barriers, and the genetic barriers. The first line of defense mechanism, it is the surface protection, which composed of an anatomical and the physiological barrier, which can keep the microbes away from penetrating the sterile body. Our body is very sterile, and the physical barriers or the chemical barriers can keep the microorganisms away from penetrating inside the body. In the second line of defense mechanism, these second lines, it includes the internal defense. Now, which are these internal defense? It may be an inflammatory response, it may be a interferon, it may be a phagocytic cell or phagocytosis, or it may be a complement system. So, second line of defense mechanism, it is on the cellular base. Here are cells, some cells are going to do a work for the body. Here the cellular and chemical system, it plays immediately after the first line collapse. When the organisms escape from the first line, immediately the second line of defense mechanism, it plays a role. If the infectious agent make it past the surface defenses. Example, phagocytes, they are the cells which engulf the foreign material, which eat the foreign material and destroy them. Example is inflammation, which holds infection in the check. So these are some second line of defense mechanism. The third line, which includes the acquired immunity, it can be classified under two types, that is naturally and artificially. Naturally means naturally the third line of defense mechanism in the body is going to run, and artificially from the outside we are going to inject in the body. So these are two different types which are comes under the acquired immunity. In naturally, again the two types we are going to see, that is the active infection and the passive infection. In active infection, both comes under the natural condition. But in active cases, the body, it is not going to make it, and in passive, the maternal antibodies, the antibodies, they are passed from a mother to a child, that is from the placenta. Both are the natural way, but in passive, from antibodies are transferred from a mother to a baby, and in active, already the antibodies are present in the body. It is the natural defense mechanism when a body give for a particular antigen. Artificially, when a vaccine is artificially or outside our body, from outside the body, outside vaccines, they are injected in the body, and that vaccine, they play the role of defense, or they play a role of antibodies for the body. Here also the active and passive. Active, the vaccines which today we are going to have for coronavirus, that is the active way, that is the active acquired type of artificial immunity, and the passive, that is the immune or the serum. From the serum, we have the cells and that play a antibody for our body, that is the passive way. So what are antibodies? Antibodies, they are the substances which combine with the antigen and which kill the antigen, which is a foreign material to the body. The third line of defense mechanism, it includes the specific host defense mechanism, and it is a target oriented mechanism. This form of immunity, it is usually long term and it has a memory. In your innate system, non-specific type of immune system, there is no memory present because it is the immediate response of the body. In the acquired immunity, there is the memory cells, and they store and they keep the memory of the antibody, and whenever the next time the same organism is entered in your body, already the body has vaccinated already the antibodies were produced. So there is no need for a body to again provoke directly the organisms they are killed, because you have a memory of that particular organism before only. So we have seen about the overview, that how the immune system is classified. Now we are going to see in detail the stages of the immune system. Now what are the different stages of the immune system? So first line of defense mechanism, which is immediately taken action when any foreign material enter in your body. It blocks the entry. The second line of defense mechanism, it fight for the local infection by using the various cells. And the third line of defense mechanism, it is the combat major infection. When your body is infected at a higher level, then the third line of defense mechanisms comes in the action, and it produces the antibodies which fight against the antigen. When we are talking about the first line, second line and third line, we have seen that first and second line, they are the non-specific type of defense mechanism. And your third line, it is the specific type of defense mechanism. Now the first line, what it includes? The first line of non-specific, it is a non-specific type of defense mechanism, and it includes the structural barriers. So which are those structural barriers? That is the skin, mucus, acid in the stomach, normal flora of the body, cilia and cuff reflex. So these are some structural barriers present in the body. Skin, it is the barrier which is the major barrier of your body. Mucus, saliva which is present in the mouth, that is also a barrier. Acid which is present in the stomach, it is also a barrier when you are eating something from outside. The acid, it kill the unwanted microorganisms which are entered in the body. Normal flora of the body, cilia and cuff reflex, these are some structural barriers. Now we are going to see the structural and external barriers. Now lysozyme, which is present, the enzyme which is present in the tears, it is type of a structural barrier. Lysozyme in tears and other secretion in phagocytes, they are the external or structural barrier. Normal flora of your body, mucus or cilia which is present in the body, it is also a type of first line of defense mechanism. It removes the inhaled particles. What you inhale, the particles, they are removed by this types of barrier. Your skin, it is a physical type of barrier which includes the fatty acid. The sweat, whenever there is a sweating, so that sweat also, it is a type of a barrier for the foreign parts, foreign materials which enter in the body. The pH of the stomach, that is the rapid pH change, when the stomach pH change to the upper intestine, that is also a barrier for the unwanted microorganisms. The pH and normal flora of vagina, that is also a barrier for the microorganisms, for the pathogens. So these are some microorganisms these are some barriers which are present in our body externally or which are present naturally for flushing out the unwanted type of microorganisms. Now we have seen the first line of defense mechanism, which includes the skin, which includes the pH of the stomach, which includes the saliva which is present in the mouth, which includes the cilia which is present in the nostrils, which includes the pH which is present, which changes in the stomach, the pH or normal flora of the urogenital tract which is present. So that all are the defense mechanism which includes the first line. Now we are going to see in the second line of defense mechanism. It is also a non-specific type of defense mechanism, but the difference is the first line it includes the external and the second line it includes the internal type of defense mechanism to prevent the expansion of the penetration of the foreign material. It involves the activation of some white cells. So which are that white cell? That is the phagocytosis. Phagocytosis includes the various types, involvement of various types of cells which engulf the pathogen and they kill that pathogen or kill the cell debris. So phagocytosis, in phagocytosis the neutrophiles and the macrophages, they play an important role for the engulfment of the pathogenic or the bad bacteria. The next thing, that is the NK cells, that is natural killer cells. For that, the immunological surveillance, it is also play an important role in second line of defense mechanism, and they destroy the abnormal cells which is present in the body. After that, the scavengers they remove the dead cells and the microorganisms which are penetrated inside the body, and that is the type of line of second mechanism. Interferons, they are the chemical components. They send the chemical messages to the particular protein, and that protein it is produced for a particular type of antigen. So interferons, they are chemical messengers that coordinate the defenses against a viral infection, mostly viral infection. When a virus enters in our body, interferons they play a major role. Antiviral proteins, they do not kill the virus but they block the replication. So when the replication is blocked, the expansion of the virus is stopped. So they can't kill that because it requires a particular antibody and they can't produce a particular type of antibody. They only produce a type of chemical which give a message, and because of that message an antiviral protein is produced which can block the replication, and because of the blockage of replication the expansion of the viruses or the number of the viruses is stopped. Next is the complement system. The complement action of the antibodies, they produce the antibodies to destroy the pathogen. After that the inflammation is done. Inflammation, what is inflammation? It triggers a complex inflammatory response limiting the spread of particular type of infection. And fever, when a body temperature increases. Okay, so it is a type of defense a body give for the destroy of the pathogenic microorganisms.
Action.
Now we are going to see about the phagocytosis. Now how the phagocytosis, that is the bacteria, it is engulfed by a particular cell, that is the phagocyte or the phagosome. When the bacteria it is penetrated inside, when the first line of defense mechanism it fails and the bacteria is penetrated inside, the various white cells they play an important role for the destroy of the bacteria, destroy of the foreign material. Now when the bacteria it comes inside, the phagocytic cell they comes in the picture. That is the bacteria, it is attached to a membrane called as the pseudopodia. Pseudopodia, that is the false lag, you can see over here. Pseudopodia, these are the false lag, and here the bacterium is attached. And when the bacteria is attached over here, the phagosome which is present in the phagocytic cell, they ingest the bacteria inside. Now when there is a ingestion of the bacteria, the phagosome it fuses with the lysosome and the bacteria it is penetrated inside the cell. Here only the engulfment were done, here only the ingestion were done, and when the phagosome it fuses with the lysosome, the bacterium it is penetrated inside a phagocytic cell. So lysosome enzyme it digests the captured bacteria. Here you can see the digestion is going on, means the breakdown of the particular bacteria is going on. When the lysosome enzyme digests the particular bacteria, the bacteria it is digested and the bacteria it is broken down, and the digestion process when it is stopped, the bacteria, it is released from the cell, and they are the cell debris. Cell debris because the lysosome that has digested the bacteria, and the remaining part, that is the cell debris, it is released from the phagocytic cell in the particular body. Here you can see in detail. For example, see here a microbe or a particle, it is penetrated inside the body. Here it is attached on the phagocytic cell, that is a plasma membrane. It is attached on the plasma membrane, that is the pseudopod, which is the false leg. With the help of phagosome, it is ingested inside. When the phagosome, it fuses with the lysosome, it is penetrated inside the cell, and when there is the penetration, the digestive enzymes which the lysosome produced, it break down the bacterial cell. Okay, so these are some steps present during the phagocytosis, that is the chemotaxis and the adherence of the microbe to a phagocytic cell. Then there is the ingestion of the microbe by a phagocyte. After the ingestion is done, there is the formation of the phagosome which ingest the pathogen. When the ingestion of the pathogen is done, the fusion of the phagosome with the lysosome to form the phagolysosome. Phagolysosome, they produce the digestive enzymes which helps the pathogen, which helps the lysosome to digest the pathogen. Then there is the digestion of the ingested microbes by various types of enzymes. After that, when the digestion is done, there is a residue present in the body, that is the undigestible material. Now this residue, that is the waste material, it is discharged from the body, discharged from the phagocytic cell. So these is the various mechanisms from which a phagocytic cell goes and it kills the bacteria, or it engulfs the bacteria and discharge the cell debris which is undigestible material of the particular bacteria. Now we have seen about the phagocytosis. We have seen the first line and second line of defense mechanism. So we have seen the different types of the stages in the immune system. We have seen about the what is immunity, how to boost immunity. We have seen the history behind that. We have seen the various components or the organs which is present in the immune system, and we have seen the types of immune system. The three stages we have seen, that is the first line, second line and the third line of defense mechanism. So on that basis, on today's basis, you have some assignment or you have some questions which we are going to solve. That is the what is autoimmunity. We have learned in the particular lecture that what is the autoimmunity and what type of disease it can cause. We have seen the specific and non-specific type of immunity, so you have to define it. You have to write the note on phagocytosis with the help of particular diagram, and you have to write a short note on the structural barriers which we have seen. In the next lecture, we are going to see the third line of defense mechanism, that is the formation of the antibodies, how they are formed, when they are formed. We are going to see the innate immunity in detail, that is we are going to see about the inflammation, about the complement system, how they work, and what are the various chemicals present, and how the complement system it is going to work, and for the exclusion of the pathogen. We are going to see the acquired immunity, which are distinguished between the two types, that is the artificial and the natural. Again, that is active passive. In natural, that is active immunity and passive immunity. In artificial also you have the active immunity and the passive immunity. In that you have the immune serum, plasma, you have the vaccines. We are going to see all this in the next lecture. And the main thing, the difference between innate immunity and the acquired immunity. Thank you.